What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're in the garage. So today we're in the garage with the Eclipse. Right now I'm currently not driving it because I was changing out the rack and pinion boot, and I removed the outer tie rod end, but the threads are a little messed up, so the castle nut was not threading back on. It was getting stuck and it was just spinning the whole ball joint, and I just couldn't tighten it, so I gave up. And the ball joints are old and they're loose and the boots are ripped and the grease is like kind of coming out and all that stuff, so I just ordered two MOOG, M-O-O-G. I heard good things from those tie rod ends, so I'm waiting for those to come in. Ordered them from Advanced Auto Parts. Unfortunately, they don't have them in the store, so I can't just go pick them up. But in the meantime, where they at? In the meantime, I'm going to be installing some things that I ordered for the Eclipse, which are going to be these babies right here. These are STM metal shifter cable bushings. Now, hopefully this should be a pretty straightforward and easy install, and that's what I'm going to try to do today. So that way, when it gets back on the road, we're gonna have some pretty nice shifting. I'm all about the driving experience, so if there's any way I can enhance that with this car, I'm gonna try to do it. And this is a pretty cheap little mod, so we're gonna see if it's worth it. It's kind of hard for me to get it in focus here, guys, but if you don't know or have ever seen your shifter cables, it's right there. They sit sort of underneath the intake and the what do you call it? I guess a radiator hose that leads to the thermostat. So there's two of them. As you can see, they run parallel. And so it looks pretty simple. Just gonna have to remove that cotter pin right there, and it should just pop off, and hopefully the new bushings slide in without a problem. So we're gonna go ahead and handle that. What's up, everybody? It's the next day, and so to my surprise, I told you how I had the tie rod ends, and one of them, like the thread was stripped and everything. They were just old and loose, whatever. Well, actually, the new MOOG tie rod ends, boom, just came in today. Ordered it 2 days ago. So, oh my damn, came in super quick. So looks like I will be able to drive my car. I'm not gonna get to the shifter bushings just yet. I'm gonna put these on, and then I'm gonna save it for Saturday night. I think I will put in the shifter bushings, and not only the shifter bushings, but I'm also going to be installing a 1G blow-off valve, because I'm in the process of building the car up to handle a bigger turbo, more boost, and more power. So I'm taking it step by step and getting all the supporting mods, and a 1G blow-off valve is something I'm going to need, either that or an aftermarket one. And people say so many good things about the 1G blow-off valve, so I decided, why not get that? You could buy it used off of eBay for, like, I don't know, what was it, $60 or something, versus spending over $100 or over $200 on some aftermarket blow-off valve. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go head into the garage right now and get these tie rod ends on the car. So let's go. Loose, old, and crusty. Got a rip too. MOOG gives us another one of these in the kit, so I'll just use their new one to go with the new tie rod end. So here's the new MOOG tie rod end. You can see it in all of its glory. Nice and hard, stiff. It's gonna be ready for abuse in the canyons. It's got a greasable fitting. I just installed it. Obviously, it's not perfect, but hey, it's in there. So let's go get this bad boy on. Now, when you're doing this, make sure to count how many threads are showing, or mark a point to see, where you need to, set it back to. All right, guys, so we got the new MOOG tie rod in, all put in. Now the torque spec for these on the DSM is gonna be 17 to 25 foot-pounds. I'm gonna go ahead and torque it to 22. And then I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the process for the other side and get this thing all ready to go. And she'll be back on the road again. What's up, everybody? In the garage. This is like a day or two later. I just installed the metal bushings. Excuse the party in the back room. They get lit over there. But okay, so this is what the old bushing looks like. As you can see, as you could expect, they're completely hardened, and this one was actually broken inside. So yeah, it was kind of hard to push out or pry them out. So if you are going to try and do the same thing, I suggest you use a heat gun. That's what I did. I used a heat gun on it for like, I don't know, a minute. Got it nice and soft again. And then I was able to push it out easily with some people use a flathead, but I actually used this tool right here, which is a push pin remover. It's not as sharp, and you have two teeth, and you can push down on it. I just find it better. So yeah, I popped them off, and mine again are the STM bushings. So I know there's other brands. I think there's like some brass ones, but I just went with STM. You'll find that maybe there's a little more play up and down, but that's not the motion that the cable's move in. They move in forward and back. So it eliminates that play, a lot of play, and it was this one, front and back. It had a lot of play. And now with these bushings in, it completely eliminates that. And you'll notice in the older bushing, there's actually some slits right there, you'll see, which allows it to be moved, or which allows play in the actual movement of the bushing. So obviously the metal bushings don't have that, so that's automatically going to give you less play. And I'm assuming, because I haven't test drove the car yet, a more firm shifting experience. So I got that one in, and then I got this one in right there. So they go in real simple, not a problem. You got a top one and a bottom one. You just piece them together, and then you slide this pin through the hole, and that is all. I didn't have to remove this hose like I said earlier, but I did have to remove the intake so I can have some elbow room. So now that is on, I got my new tie rods, I got my new shifter bushings. Next is going to be removing this stock 2G blow-off valve and installing the 1G blow-off valve. I still have to get the hardware to mount the 1G blow-off valve to the adapter plate or whatever. So that'll be, I don't know, in the next day or two. So, but I definitely will give you guys a review on whether or not it's worth it on changing these out, and if I feel a difference. So, what's up, everybody? I don't know how much time has passed since the last shot you just saw in the video, but I'm finally going to be putting on the 1G blow-off valve on the Eclipse. Now, as you can see, this is the adapter right here. You can get it at STM tuned. It's absolutely beautiful, very well machined, and looks super pretty. I wish I can get the actual blow-off valve to look that way, but I did get this off of eBay. I'm not sure how much I paid. I can't remember, but no more than 60, I think. So as you can see, I got the hardware, and I'm just gonna put some RTV between the adapter and the actual blow-off valve, and then after that I'll be putting it in the car. So Let's get it. And just like that, the 1G blow-off valve is on. You can see I put some gasket maker right there. I let it sit for a day and then I torqued it down. And yeah, she's in. So that's it, everybody. It's sort of a different type of video. Sorry if it was a little boring. I know it was just me putting on parts, but I thought maybe I would just share this with you guys. This was sort of like, you know, small upgrades and sort of like track prep for the track day that's coming after all these clips that you saw in this video. All these clips were before the actual track day, and the next video you guys are going to see will be the actual track day. I did say that I was going to do a review on some of the parts that I did, but honestly, it's just, I don't think it would have been that interesting, so I'm just going to tell you guys. So the shifter bushings are definitely worth doing. They're cheap. I think they weren't even $10. They might not have even been $10 to buy them from stmtune.com. Get them. I mean, all you have to do is remove your intake, and then you can pop them in. You know, like you can easily do that in like 1 hour, 2 hours if you take your time. And they definitely do make a difference in the shifting, especially when you couple it with the short shifter, the shifter base bushings. You know, all that stuff plays into it. But since I did do the short shifter and the other bushings before doing the cable bushings, I was able to see how much the cable bushings make a difference, and they do make it nice and snappier, just a bit. So it's definitely worth it. It makes it nicer. Let's see. Then the tie rod ends. Surprisingly, I felt the difference in the tie rod ends. My steering felt a little more firm, not as loose, and a little more controlled when the car would do like torque steer. So I could feel the difference when, you know, turning the wheel and all that stuff while I'm driving. So far the MOOG tie rod ends are doing good. So I would recommend them. And let's see. And then the 1G blow-off valve, to my surprise, was actually a big improvement over the stock 2G blow-off valve. Now they say the 2G blow-off valve always leaks because it's made out of plastic, and that's just a natural thing for those. The 1G blow-off valve, as you can see in the video, is completely made out of metal. So with my first test drive with the 1G blow-off valve, I noticed two things. One is the sound is different than the 2G blow-off valve. It kind of has that whistle that the Gretty blow-off valve has, you know. So sort of like, you know, Paul Walker's sound on the Eclipse. It's not as loud as the Gretty one, but it's, if you were driving with the windows down, you can hear that little whistle when you let off the gas in boost. So it's pretty tight. And second, I noticed more, I don't know if it's more power, but at least, you know, if it's not leaking boost anymore compared, you know, to the 2G blow-off valve, I definitely feel like the car spools quicker and harder. Like I don't know, it's got like 2 more PSI or something like that, because when I hit boost now, it's like, it just comes on harder, and the car feels, you know, a bit stronger, like significantly stronger. Like you just feel it. It's like a night and day difference. So, I mean, that would be something to do, is upgrade the blow-off valve. If you don't go with the 1G, you can go with something aftermarket, and it will, or it should, improve the way the car feels if you have a 2G. I don't know if you have a 1G and then you go get an aftermarket. I don't really know, but, you know, going from the stock 2G to the 1G, it's a big difference, and I like it. I actually spin tire now in first gear when I hit boost. Like, you know, if I'm on the gas hard, like it wasn't doing that before, but now it does. So that's why I think like I'm hitting a little bit more boost now. But that covers everything in the video. So it's cool, guys. I mean, it's cool because small upgrades make sometimes the biggest difference, and it's pretty cool to see that, you know, taking it step by step and seeing how much of a difference, you know, each little upgrade does. So yeah, like I said, the next video is going to be the track day video. That'll be cool. Very first track day for the Eclipse. And I can't wait for you guys to see that because it was a blast. But some of the next upgrades coming for the Eclipse will be a Walbro 255. Obviously with the rewire kit, probably a Fuel Lab fuel pressure regulator, and then a boost controller. I already did put a boost gauge in, a AEM boost gauge in the car. I didn't record it or anything because, you know, there's so many videos on that or whatever, but I'll show you. You'll see it. You guys will see it in a future video, but you know, so that's on. So those will be the next upgrades. But anyways, thanks for watching if you made it this far, because I know this video wasn't that exciting, but just want to keep y'all updated with how the car is going. Yeah, so that's it, y'all. Peace.